Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own, not to control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in a replay. This is the vault, rebuilding your family estate, episode 782. Just was making a move here and wanted to do an episode. Rebuilding your family estate, how it's primary. How is the most important thing you can do outside of taking care of your health. That's a part of the family estate. But I definitely wanted to do an episode today, just giving you guys some content to understand the importance of what it looks like for you to rebuild your family estate. And what it's going to come down to. And some people could sit here and say, oh, Trust Christian, how would you know how to rebuild a family estate? Well, most people that are in first gen are the same thing as somebody rebuilding an estate. You're back at zero. And the unfortunate part is so many people, it's almost like they fell to the bottom and they're comfortable being there. And when you realize that, oh wow, I'm in rebuilding mode or I'm in building mode, then you take an approach that is fierce. It's not sitting around, it's not waiting around. It's putting the family back where you know it's supposed to be. But a lot of times, how would someone say, oh, yeah, I know what my family's supposed to be. I know what my family estate's supposed to be. They know what their family estate's supposed to be. Okay, great. You know what your family estate's supposed to be.
But now that you know where your family estate is, are you making it move forward the way you want it to move forward? As a trustee, are you acting as a trustee? Are you building as a trustee? So many people will say, I don't know what a trustee is. Well, the first thing is trustees focused on the last name, focused on the family estate. Not on their first name and what they can get out of the estate. They think about putting something into the estate. They think about creating something in the estate. That's the difference in mentality. Every day you get up, you got the mentality, well, we fell off and we got to rebuild. So I'm in rebuilding mode. I'm here to rebuild it. Whatever was here, I'm going to help it get back to prominence. I'm going to help us get back to the position where our children can feel comfortable doing what they want to do because we have the means to actually help them do that. But what's going to happen is, and some of y'all going to have to face this reality, a lot of people, they just going to lay down. They ain't about to fight for their estate. Y'all don't want to hear this. This is the reality of life. A lot of people have laid down on their estate. Their estate is going to be given over to the state, and the state, that's why they got a social security number. So it doesn't matter if they don't collect it all or not. It doesn't matter if they collect all their retirement or not. Why? Because if they pass away before then, the state will just take back what they were taking care of from the beginning. It's already in the state's care. But when you say, oh, I'm rebuilding my family estate, it's private now. Now you got to manage it with care. Now you got to manage it with diligence. Now you got to manage it with a mindset. But see, people think they can get over here and drive a Rolls Royce like it's a Honda. This isn't a Rolls Royce. Family estate is legacy. Generational wealth is a Rolls Royce. Hondas don't make it that far. They don't get collected. Oh no, Trust Christian. Okay. We're sharing with y'all where, oh, Trust Christian, what does it feel like to rebuild? Why do I gotta rebuild? I'm rebuilding something I never even had nothing to say I'm rebuilding from. But you do. You rebuilding from your memory. You rebuilding from what you know your ancestors are supposed to have. And what you know you think I'm supposed to have it. And great. What we're going to say is rebuilding the family estate is that's the exact attitude that you need. It's every day, it's get up, it's do something different. People think you're going to get up every day, do the same thing every single day for the rest of your life. What you think, you living for the government or something? You living for yourself. You living for the family estate. Mainly the family estate. So how somebody can say, oh yeah, well, do I need to rebuild it? Well, what is the family supposed to be? But yeah, I don't really want to hear a trust Christian. I've been around enough of it to know most people, whether it's the 80%, they don't even feel it's worth it. People don't even feel like it's worth getting up and doing something for their family estate. People don't even feel like it's worth getting up making the changes that's necessary. They just don't. And y'all wonder, oh man, how come a wealthy people don't throw me a life raft? How come they don't save me? What a wealthy person gonna save you for? You gotta save yourself just by making a decision, making some changes. So when you can run into the wealthy person, the wealthy uncle, the wealthy aunt, the wealthy whoever, and they bless you. Oh man, I ain't a morning person. Well, now we know why you're not getting the morning money. You're not a morning person. Oh man, I'm not a money man. Well, then we know why you're not getting money. Man, I'm not good with my time management. Then we know why you have bad time management. Now we could go spiritual, and we could say it's about the family. It's about your spirit, having your spirit right. Or we could just say that, hey, look, even if your spirit ain't completely on the top flight status, you got some things you gotta overcome. That's fine. At the end of the day, it's still mental. And then it's okay. What are you learning right now? Are you learning the proper habits to be a trustee? We were sitting around a trustee yesterday, senior trustee. Y'all don't want to know. At one point, you sit around billionaires every day. Oh man, yeah. Can you say you sit around a billionaire every day? You think if I sit around a billionaire every day, you think I'm not gonna become a billionaire? But you want to play to yourself. You want to lie to yourself. Oh man, trust Christian. Yeah, you think you can sit around a billionaire and you're gonna be a billionaire? What are you gonna be? We're giving y'all the game, so you don't actually lose it. Of course, we done been around millionaires. People that have been, oh man, I'm a professional athlete. I'm a Hall of Famer. Y'all think we don't know Hall of Famers? And they ain't the richest in the room? Oh man, I was a Superman. I was less than 10% body fat. Yeah, you were less than 10% body fat. And there are people that they ain't 10% body fat and got more capital, got more options, got more freedom, got more assets under management, have their family estates in the right position. You could be a top 5% athlete, have less than 10% body fat, and don't even have your family estate in order. So we talking about the family estate. Cause ain't that what the Hall of Famer put together? Oh, put together this Hall of Fame career. Oh, put together the Hall of Fame career. Okay. Put together a Hall of Fame career for another business. Let's talk. Oh man, I made money. Yeah, you did. But then there's a difference between the owner and the employee. So we can identify that because we talking estate right now. We're not talking flim flam talk. The whoopity wop. Oh man, I made $50 million. That's even worse. You made 50 million. It blew through your hands. That was worse than somebody that made 50,000. Because you could create so much more damage with 50 million. You could destroy your life worse than what it was. You're supposed to be helping people, right? Right. You're supposed to be helping people. Your family, your friends, whatever. But oh no, Trust Christian, I'm not gonna blow through 50 M's. I'm not gonna blow through 25 M's. That couldn't be me. Right. What you talking about? Oh man, the worst part about it is you think it's unbelievable. Some of y'all, oh man, it's unbelievable to blow through $70 million. Are you serious? I can't blow through $70 million. Yeah, because you ain't got it right now. But when you are living a lifestyle and you're moving in a certain environment, yes, you can blow through it. And it ain't even in a lifetime. You can blow through it in 10 years and you're gone. It's gone. 70 million, gone. Wild part about it is you be sitting right back where people that's making $50,000 to $100,000, $200,000. Oh man, how am I sitting here with these people? Because you didn't take notes when you sitting around a billionaire. So when Josh Christian sit here and talk about rebuilding the family estate, you're going to have to end up figuring out at one point, man, I got to associate with people that have the means and the wherewithal that can help me out. But see, this is what the mentors told us. Trust Christian is about your values. What do you value the most, Trust Christian? Right. We thought about that. Mentors gave us a real easy way to think about it. What do you value the most? And he said, Trust Christian, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Because we gave him an answer. Don't think we didn't give him an answer. We gave him an answer. See, a lot of people think, oh, Trust Christian, you told him it was the money. Yeah, that was the money. You got to rebuild the family estate. The most valuable thing is putting a system in place. That's what some of them might say if they listen to Trust Christian Involved long enough. They say, oh man, Trust Christian, you think about the systems and the entity itself being able to operate without you. That could be an option. One of the mentors, we were sitting there. I mean, this man had an incredible house, a manicure, everything. And he said, Trust Christian, what do you think is your greatest value? What's your number one asset? We sitting there like, alright, clearly you gotta think of something clever here. Something outside the box. Okay. So you give him an answer. He says, Trust Christian, I'm going to go ahead and give you a reading. Didn't even give us the full answer. See, people don't want to hear these type of lessons. Oh, Trust Christian, you got a lesson? You got a lesson? It was one lesson in the lesson? It was... No, it wasn't one lesson in the lesson. It was multiple lessons in the lesson. First thing is, don't trust the first source that you get. Oh, Trust Christian, for real? That's how you moving out here? How you moving? Y'all living in the era of fake news and sitting here talking about something, oh yeah, I watch the news. For what? It's too much micro data to be focused on one source. And then giving the source all the credibility in the world. Like, this platform isn't built off of a commercial value system. It's marketing. The whole platform is built off marketing. So the news isn't news. It's marketing. But oh no, Trust Christian, you gotta trust the news because it's called the news. Okay, great. Sounds great. We understand what journalism is. It's interesting because one of our mentors actually, they always share with us high levels of publications. So some people say, oh, Trust Christian, you don't read the magazines. You don't read the publications either. We actually do. Whether they're digital or paper, we can read over these things. It's not about that though. It's not about, oh man, I went on the digital you getting the publications in the news too. They feeding you the mindset and the BS too. Trust Christian, what you talking about? Okay. We understand that wealthy people communicate through specific mediums. Oh, Trust Christian, what you trying to say? That's what it is. This is what's going to help you rebuild your estate. Rebuild the family estate. Is deciphering the information is worthwhile, not valuable, or not. Trust Christian had to go through it. It is what it is. Oh man, I gotta eliminate this source. I gotta eliminate that source. Yeah, you come to find out you can't live in the era of it called fake news and then sit here and say, well, yeah, I don't have an additional source to go to, so I gotta stick with this one. No, you don't. You don't have to stick with that one. And you don't have to run to additional new platforms that are continuously just feeding the algorithm of your fake news. Oh, I'm gonna go to this platform. It ain't gonna be no fake news over there. You know it's fake news over there. You know it's fake news on the internet. Well, I don't know which source to trust. Here we go. Trust Christian, I need the truth. Because since you think you got it all, you think you know it all. First of all, it's not about knowing it all. It's about being able to parse out the information. Now, some of y'all not going to get it. For some of y'all that are going to get it, you have to parse out the information. Sometimes information will be redundant. We'll give you, and then not only that, you get in rooms that you can hear, oh man, they got this much money and they talk and they know what it is. Exactly. So you got to get in the rooms. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, it's just sticking on the news. You can find another news source. No, that's when you got to go get in the rooms for sure. Even if you got to invest in private webinars. Some people say, oh, Trust Christian, I don't know. You get into private webinars. Y'all watching internet content anyways. Oh, I'm gonna go watch some internet content on how to do this and do that. Okay, great. So watch a video. Go actually subscribe to a wealthy publication and get into webinars. But I don't see these things. I don't know where these things are. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna go ahead and keep it vanilla today. But for the ones of y'all that understand, hey, all right, Trust Christian, you're right. I gotta get in the rooms. We talked to a trustee yesterday. Trustee gonna tell us, oh yeah, I don't see myself going to a country club, Trust Christian, because I don't want to be a follower. First of all, when you're rebuilding your family estate, it's almost like the wealthy people kicked you out the room. And you gotta build something to get back in the room so they could do business with you. And the reason why your family got kicked out is because they wasn't doing business the way that others were in the room doing business. Trust Christian, go deep for me. People in trust deal with people in trust. What are you talking about? Let's say it again. People in trust deal with people in trust. Do business with people in trust. It's not an accident. It's not a maybe. You might not want to agree to it, fine, but the reality is that is the truth. So for that reason, if the people that are in trust are in the country club, you're going to do what it takes to be in the country club. Now, everybody, let's listen. We're not vanilla saying that everybody has to go to the country club. We're not saying that. For the ones of y'all out that know what we're talking about right now, that understand the tip of the hat, that understand the lifting of the champagne glass, that understand those things, people in trust deal with people in trust. And as long as you're not in that type of environments, you're going to understand why rebuilding the family estate could be a little challenging at times. Feeling like you're out here swimming in the water by yourself instead of making it a point to go associate. But oh no, Trust Christian, I gotta dress up. Oh no, Trust Christian, I gotta clean my speech up. Oh no, Trust Christian, I gotta be able to have more than talking about the sports on the TV channel. Why? Because people are asking me real questions. They're asking me meaningful questions. They're asking me, do I have a strategy? Do I have a plan? Almost expected me to have a strategy. Almost expected me to have a plan. Almost expected me to get up every single day with some level of vigor and excitement and enthusiasm towards where I'm going. And they expect me to have a decade mentality. Why? Because they have a decade mentality. They expect me to have a generational mentality because they have a generational mentality. I don't need to go in there and wonder if they're going to knock my dreams and my goals like my friends and my family. But it's too easy to quit. It's too easy to get up there and get up every day and have them wild, negative, stupid, bummy habits. Instead of just getting up and pushing through, doing one new thing every day, doing something new every single day, putting a new habit in place for the family estate. How you gonna rebuild the family estate? You know the family estate fell off. Look at you. Ain't no Trust Christian trying to be some type of way. People will click on the episode, click off the episode. It's fine. We know what we saying. It's not for the ones that's going to take it personal. Oh, Trust Christian, you trying to say that I'm not in the right position. No, what are you talking about? Trustees reach out have significant incomes. That's not the question. But y'all know why the ones that got money reach out. Because they got liabilities. So they're trying to fix their liabilities. They're trying to lower their liabilities. We're going to go ahead and we'll wrap it up on this mentality. It's real simple. It's one of the biggest triggers you turn your mind over or around for. But once you do it, you'll never look back. The mentality is building your wealth versus preserving your wealth. See, the mentor said, Christian, what you think is the most valuable asset? He's like, go read this. Unfortunately, it sucked. We went and read it. It was a publication. Said, what did you learn, Trust Christian? Tell me first before I give you the answer. The publication was by Seneca. It's basically about time. You don't get time back. Mentors say your greatest asset is time. Use it wisely. We understood what the mentor was talking about. The mentor was up in age, told us various stories throughout our life. He said, just, we knew who he was, so one of the things they value was what they said. And he said, Trust Christian, you'll find it out the more you move through life. Every single day of your life, you're going to realize that. And he said, you got to learn how to allocate it properly. Like a wealth manager. Because if you can manage that wealth, you can manage all the rest of it, Trust Christian. The rest of it is actual material. That's the immaterial, Trust Christian. Because once it goes through that hole, once it goes through what you call the now, you never get it back. He's like, Trust Christian, you can always make money. You get money, make money, get money, make money. But he said, you got to know who you are. And then the lesson ended that day. So we understand the importance of rebuilding your family estate. Some of you all are saying, hey, I want to rebuild. Some of y'all are interpreting the build as a rebuild. That's good. You got to rebuild. You got to rebuild, ladies and gentlemen. And we get it. But you got to understand, you got to look at it as it's an attack on your family estate. And once you look at it that way, then you can say, okay, we got to develop a strategy here for it. We think about why we started the podcast, and we think about Trust Christian, the young brothers. They think they had a fighting chance. Well, what's a fighting chance? You want to work for the rest of your life? Truly. For someone else? Or you just get to a point where you say, you know what? I gotta play this game to win for the family. And every day it just becomes about the family. And unfortunately, most people don't even understand how hard it is to be trained into your last family thought process, because most people have been called by their first name. So they've been called by their first name, so all they think about is their first name. They're not thinking about their last name. And if you was thinking about your last name, then you'd be thinking about something that's a little bit more important than just your first name. But we get it though. We could go at this from many different angles. But one point we're going to say is if you truly came from the proper last name, that means they set you up proper. They maybe didn't give you everything, but they gave you something, and that's important. Because the so-called good man gives his child an inheritance. A good woman's going to give their child an inheritance. Well, if they're going to give you an inheritance, what are you going to bring to the table, trustee? Are you going to bring some type of enthusiasm? Are you going to bring some type of excitement about rebuilding the family estate, or bringing something to the family estate? Or are you going to just come in, and which I really don't want to know, most of y'all got mindsets of a beneficiary. I'm just going to benefit from the family estate. Why I can't benefit this lifetime, Trust Christian? But if you only knew, it's the right of use, baby. You ain't managing something else for somebody, and you're not able to make use of it. But how many know that though? They think it's a bemoaning. Oh man, I gotta be responsible and take over the family estate, take a few extra actions, and not just be a beneficiary. Exactly. But we already know they don't want to be a trustee. Because then they got to sit at the table. They got to collaborate with people. You hear people say, I don't like people. That's why they're not trying to do business. They don't like people. Rebuilding your family estate. So many people haven't been trained into the proper mindset. They get up every day focused on their first name. I'm trying to build something for myself. I'm trying to get something for myself. Yeah, it's just bottom line. It's okay though. It's definitely okay. But the reality is, you say you have a last name. Trust Christian can talk to you guys on many levels, and one of them is spiritually, you don't even know why you have a last name. It's just a worldly thing, right? Right. Right. So if it's a worldly thing, are you honoring that? How do you honor that every day? Or is it just about you? And we already know. Oh man, who's running everything? Families. The ones that understand we gotta keep this bloodline tight. And we gotta keep this tight. And not be out here like some loose and stray dogs. Out here acting like a heathen. Acting like a goyim. These are different terms that people use for people that aren't properly trained in family thought process. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Rebuilding Your Family Estate, episode 782. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Trust Christian gonna come on here and just gonna give it to you raw. Just tell you what it is, so we can go out and keep serving. Because a lot of people say, oh, I need some inspiration. These episodes is for our young ones. So when they coming through the information, they can say, you know what? At least we had somebody speak out on the truth and not sit here and try to hold it, keep close to the arm, close to the cuff. That's all it is. Because there's many that's going to hold it close to the cuff. Why would they give it to you? Oh man, Trust Christian, why would they give it to me? Well, he said, why would they give it to you? Because if you only understood, the higher you go, the more elite it is. The elite understand that it's all about succession. It's all about the next generation. So we already know, if they don't come from your family, you got to be recruiting people outside of your family to actually help you build and rebuild the family estate, to manage the family estate, to preserve the family estate. Oh, Trust Christian, what you saying is wrong. And that's why we go in the episode, because you don't know what you're talking about. For the ones of y'all that don't know what you're talking about, that's what it is. For the rest of y'all that know, you don't need much. This is the simple environment. This is the simple. It's simple. And if you will complicate it, then you already know what time it is. But how many people going, oh man, I'm not going to complicate it. I don't want the simple route. Okay then, don't take it. But we get it. We encourage all you all brothers and sisters to know that a lot of y'all sitting here wondering, should I do the hard thing? Do the challenging thing? We're going to go ahead and encourage you. When y'all get into the rooms that we get into, you'll find out. When you saw these situations that you're talking about, you're going to be sitting right in the room with us. And we all pretty much share the same stories. Very, very duplicatable. Very reduplicatable. Oh man, he lost his wealth 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. How does he lose it and make it back every time? You could ask, how does he lose it? Part of that, it just comes from betting on yourself. Elon Musk, everybody, We end up betting on ourselves in our lifetimes. You don't sit here and try to hold on to money because you understand what the money is. You're the money. So you got to focus on building out your skill set and whatever else you're working on, and that's just bottom line. And and we know a lot of people aren't going to get that type of mentality, but that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, so yeah, but the question is, how do you make it back? What you mean? Whether y'all know it or not, it actually comes from the failures. It comes from the learnings. So did you learn something from that last situation that didn't work, or did it work? Did you learn something from it? I didn't learn anything, or I did learn something. Okay, we're gonna find out. So we just go ahead and encourage you all to make it a point to. The mentors told us, to say, "Trust Christian, you got a problem right now." And like, you guys could be honest or not honest. Yeah, write that problem down, Trust Christian. I want you to come up with a few solutions and bring it to me when you did it. That's what the mentor told us to do, and we did that. And when we went back to the mentor said, "Trust Christian, it looks like you solved your own problem." We looked at it and we said, "We know." And he said, "Well, we get it. You gotta just work the solution now." Correct. But the mentor knew what he was saying when he said that, because you could see it in his eyes. The mentor at that moment looked at us like, "I wonder if you're gonna be the one to do it." Some people could sit here and talk about all the stuff they want. "Oh man, Trust Christian, are you wealthy right now? I'm not wealthy." Yeah. Have you sat around somebody that they was poor and then they got wealthy? And they sitting in front of you looking in your eyes, and they looking you in your eyes, and they wondering, are you gonna quit? Simple as that. A lot of y'all don't even know that though. I think people looking at you like, "Oh, this person gonna hit it big." Some of y'all think this person's questioning you, but they not questioning you, meaning they don't think you gonna do the work. No, they only asking themselves one question. Some people could say, "Oh, do they ask questions?" We got mentors, they don't even want to ask you a question. They just looking forward to the moment where they could say, "I knew you would always do it." Some of y'all don't want to hear that. Because if you knew that that's all you looking forward to, you probably still might not do it. "Oh man, all I'm gonna do is sit next to my mentor, and all he's gonna do is tell me I knew you was always gonna do it. That's all I get for getting myself into a wealthy position. I'm sitting on the back of the yacht. I'm sitting somewhere nice. I got financial independence, and I'm sitting here next to the mentor, and all you can say is, 'Congratulations, I knew you was always gonna do it.' That's all I can look forward to." Yeah, that's what you can look forward to. And you can look forward to a lot of other things too. There's so many people. It's a it's a challenge to just say, "This is what I truly want." And it doesn't matter that it doesn't have come with a rave review, or a lot of claps, or a lot of laughter, a lot of cheering me on, or congratulations. It just comes with, "It's done." It's funny because we'll say this and we'll hop off. It's funny when you create a minute, it says, "This is resolved." It's resolved. Think about that. It's resolved. That's the benefit of being in trusteeship. You gotta have some resolve, as one of the mentors said to us one time. Gotta have some resolve, trust Christian. What they say? We know you guys are having a great day. Keep having a great day. Rebuild your family estate the right way. Episode 782 done today from Trust Christian in the Vault. Really excited about doing this episode. Look forward to hearing from you all and the many things that have happened to you all. That's great. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. When it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, we understand that rebuilding the family estate is not one thing, it's many things. And we get it. But we also know it's not that's something that has to be done. It's just something we know you can do. And if you choose to do it, just know it's a choice and you got this. And you can put it together by having a dedication and really following your goals and dreams. Not letting other people dictate those things or say this is what you can and cannot do. Focusing on those things. So we look forward to hearing from you all. Peace and blessings.